from 2 whole days of learning. So we have a spelling lesson today. We were going to have just a review day only, but I forgot that we needed to be a day ahead because on Friday I'll be in a wedding and won't be able to do a normal class next Friday. So we're going to do our quiz on a Thursday instead. Okay, so it'll still be much more of a normal week next week, but that's just a little difference. So we have some spelling review. We are going to do a new spelling lesson and spend quite a bit of time on our new math unit. Let's begin today with the Pledge of Allegiance and school motto. Would you all join me? And actually, I have a volunteer lead us in saying the pledge. I would love for Arima to do it for us.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor. I will honor those things which are good, true, and beautiful. Respect. I will show respect to others at all times. Service. I'll do good things for others without being asked. Excellence. I'll strive for excellence in all things. Perseverance. I will fulfill in commitment and not give up or act on discouragement.
Thank you. Please join me for a moment of silence, boys and girls. Okay, let's begin on some spelling review, going over words that will be on next week's quiz. Will Arjun Wendy return to Arkansas?
I think Thursday.
Next Thursday?
No, this Thursday, the upcoming one.
Okay, so in about a week.
No, I think Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, boys and girls, let's begin with some spelling words that will be on your quiz. It's been a while since we've done any review together. Let's begin today with the word yoke. And this type of yoke is like yoking 2 cows together, which you saw in Farmer Boy, if you've already read chapter 2 along with the video today. Has anybody already read that chapter? For those of you who've read it, what do you think about the book so far? Devansh, do you like it?
Yeah, but the only part since now I hate about is the big boys that are the bulliers.
Big
They
Bill
break
Ritchie.
the flags and all.
I know. Yeah, they're really mean. Dikshita? Sorry, Darshika? Sorry, I say your names. I mix them up sometimes. Dikshita is in my earlier class.
I really love this book, and I have 2 things. Why did his parents like Almanzo eat last? Because he's a small, I get it, but why did he have to eat last?
Yeah, I agree with that because a lot of times the littlest kids are the ones who maybe are really hungry and have a harder time waiting, but they just had certain preferences in ways that the older kids got good things, and the little kids had to wait until it was their time to be the first one served. Yeah. It definitely makes sense that guests are the first served, though, don't you think?
I get that. In my house also we serve the guest first, but I don't think my sister gets the last one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like that rule either. I think especially for really little kids, like who are not even school age, they should eat first.
Yeah. I was very sad when they said Miss Co's friend was died by those bullies.
I know, that was really sad. And that's a true story. All of this is true. So that actually happened.
Like, yeah, it was like a bully, a high schooler, like made somebody die, and it's a teacher.
No, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Was there jails back then?
Oh, please write individual. We can keep discussing the book, but I want you to next write individual. So, any other thoughts on the book, Devansh?
For like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my brother always gets his food first. But like in lunch, if my dad has to go early, since like his meetings, so my dad gets served first.
That makes sense. And your brother is younger than you, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that that's a better way to do it. But it's still good for Almanza to learn to just be patient and wait until it's his turn. Arima?
In our house, usually my dad gets served, then my brother, then me, and then my mom.
Dad, brother, you, and then your mom? Oh, your poor mom is probably the one who makes the dinner and she also ends up eating last. Does that happen in anybody else's home? I think that's pretty common.
Yeah, like she's
Okay.
after we.
Miss Gardner?
Individual, sweetheart, make sure you always ask permission before you unmute. Individual. Next word is innocent. Please write innocent. Yes, Tricia?
So, like when I go to lunch after this live meeting, I go for lunch, and when I do that, my parents get served first, and then we both get served last. That's because me and my sister play a little while before,
Oh, that's understandable.
because we don't want to. We just want to play before we eat.
Yeah, me too.
So, like, no, it's not really a rule. Sometimes we get served first.
You kind of choose to be served last, it sounds like.
Yeah, like sometimes I eat the last. At dinner, I eat last. And at lunch, I eat first because after the live class, I go and eat first. My dad eats after me. So, yeah.
But
Aw.
I always finish last.
I hadn't really thought very much about this, but it's really nice that you guys get to have lunch as a family with virtual school. How many of you do lunch all together at the same time? Some of you? Okay, that's really fun. At least you get to have lunch with your siblings. I'm assuming you eat lunch with them and maybe your mom or like one of the parents. Okay, so innocent is our word. Check that your spelling matches mine. Next one is leisure. Please write leisure. We think to spell leisure, like the word sure. That's the same spelling for that syllable. Yes, Darshika?
So, like, at us, like, my mom and me and my sister eats at the same time. But my dad, he works, then comes, so sometimes he eats last. But at Saturday, Sundays, we all eat together. At dinner also. Because at breakfast, it's like I do my schoolwork, so.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's what it was for me when I was your age, that dinner was always together, but other meals, it just depended. Sometimes it'd be all together. Here's leisure. Hold yours up because it looks like quite a few of you didn't quite finish yet. Oh, Devansh, you've got a visitor. Did you not know he was back there? Just waving him away. Leisure. The j sound is the phonograms Z. Next up, Dricia, are you writing the words?
Yeah, but my marker is actually not really working well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do all the words.
Okay, sweetheart. The best options when something like that happens is to either go find a different marker if you've got one close by, or else just take out your binder and start writing them down. Leisure. Next word is license. Please write license. Yes, Krish?
Like always when we have this rice, we all eat together. My dad waits until my class. Sometimes, well, like if he has a meeting, he eats before. But if he doesn't, he waits until I'm done. Like done with my class, then we can eat together. And also it depends on the food because sometimes like dosas and puris, those one my mom has to cook them. Then we eat in order. Like first me, then my dad, and my sister goes first because my mom already gives my sister first, and I eat it. And then always my mom eats last. Those kind of things.
Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty similar for all of you. The youngest ones in the family eat early on. Mom eats last.
Like if he has a call at 2:30 and I come at 1:00 or 1:30, there's like 1 hour difference, so we could like eat together still.
Oh, that's really nice. What a fun part of virtual that your parents are home with you at the same time. I know not for everybody, but for some of you, they're home and you can do lunch together. Arima and Rashi, do your parents have to go in for work still?
Well, actually, so my dad first does my work, and so he has like meetings. So, but I'm still the last one because I just want to do stuff.
You're just too busy.
Yeah, I'm just too busy doing stuff.
Okay, let's hear from Arima and then go over the spelling of all of the words we just did.
I don't like it because my brother can bust into my room while I'm eating anytime.
How old is your brother?
He's 2 and he causes a lot of trouble.
I bet, yeah. Okay, boys and girls, check that your spelling matches mine for each of these words. For license, correct it if you made any mistakes. I see some people wrote CE at the end or an S here. Make sure it's license. C is the first sound, S is the second. Here's leisure, innocent, individual, and yoke. Rewrite any of these words if you made any mistakes, and I'd love to see everybody's boards. I haven't seen Rihanna and Dricia. Sai, hold yours up, please. Great job, Shatij and Arima. I can see yours well. Sai Sanav and Krish, I can see yours well. Thank you so much, Ahana. That looks great. Same with Devansh. Thank you so much. But if I haven't seen your words, please hold up your board to show me. What's going on over there, Devansh?
I heard my brother making a trumpet noise, so I did it.
Rihanna, Dricia, let me see your words, please. Okay, we need to send a message. Rihanna, I know it's cold there and you're having probably a really hard time focusing, but I need to see your words, okay?
I erased them a few minutes back.
Then you need to rewrite them. Please rewrite yoke, innocent, individual, leisure, and license. Everybody else, you can erase your boards and take out your binder. We have some unusual phonograms today. Very good. Can you do one more? Individual. We're going to do some unusual phonograms, including the Greek phonogram and 2 letters like in science. Do you all remember what those look like? Okay, if you have your board still handy, write out the Greek phonogram. Like in rhinoceros. Nice. Looks like this. RH. The other unusual phonogram that we're going to be talking about today is the 2 letters phonogram, like in science. Excellent, Drishya and Darshika. Great job, Krish. SC, like in science. So those are the 2 unusual phonograms. We'll be using those in all of our words today. And as we're moving forward, we're getting to quite a few unusual phonogram words, or like in rhythm. Good job, Darshika. So because of that, some of these lessons next week are going to be shorter than usual because each of the words is a little harder. Okay, our first word today uses the Greek The word is rhapsody. Would you say rhapsody? Rhapsody. I see some confused faces because this might be a new word for you. Dyson, do you know it?
I had this word in my piano song one time, so I could just go peek at it.
What is the piano song? Because there is a famous song with this word in it. Do you remember?
I forgot.
Is it Rhapsody in Blue?
No, I forgot. Let me just go check.
Right, you can go check. So rhapsody means enjoyment, pleasure. Oh, like maybe it's rhapsody for you to sit on the beach, or maybe it's rhapsody to be surrounded with all of your Legos on a Saturday morning playing with Legos. Maybe it's rhapsody for some of you to be in a quiet room without your little brothers and sisters around. Everybody might have a different way of having rhapsody. Oh, enjoyment, relaxation, peace.
I know what
What's
it
the
is.
song?
A little Slavonic rhapsody.
A little Slavonic Rhapsody. I've never heard of that, but there is a famous piano song called Rhapsody in Blue as well. I would love to hear you play that song sometime, Saisanov.
It's a little solemn song.
A little solemn song. Nice word use. Okay, boys and girls, please sound out rhapsody with me. We think to spell rhapsody. Rhapsody. 3 syllables. First syllable, rap. 3 sounds. We're going to use the Greek phonogram. Next phonogram, O, 2 sounds. O is in an open syllable saying its name. Finally, D-E. What usually makes an E sound at the end of a word? Krish?
Yeah, E-I-E.
Perfect. Please pick up your pencil and write rhapsody. Rhapsody. Yes, Arjun?
The only thing I didn't bring to North Carolina was I brought everything else except I don't have any lined paper.
Could you take a piece of paper out of like your math notebook or something like that?
Well, I just have a plain paper like this.
If that works. It doesn't have to be lined. You can just write it on that. And then we're going to write it in our orthography notebooks later. And so that's going to be a nice, neat copy.
Yeah, you have that.
Okay, good. Okay, thumbs up if you are finished with Rhapsody. Check that your spelling matches mine. rhapsody. Sai, would you be able to mark the word for us? And Rihanna, I need to see your face during this class time.
You have to underline RH,
Good.
and you had to underline the O on the second syllable.
And we pronounce it rhapsody. So what else do we need to do?
You need a thinking cap,
Perfect.
and then you need a 3 above the Y.
Perfect. This word is a noun. It's abstract. So it's not something concrete like a person, place, or thing, but it is an abstract noun. All three of the next words are going to use the 2-letter phonogram. Okay, so that's the one with Greek The next 3 use 2 letters.
Wait,
The first one is conscience. Just a moment, Saisanov. Could you all say conscience? Conscience. It is very easily confused with something that sounds similar to it, conscious. If you are conscious, it means that your brain is working and you're doing well. And then if someone's unconscious, that means, oh, they're like in a coma, they're knocked out. Oh, unconscious. But this word is conscience. Conscience. Conscience is our feeling deep down, understanding right from wrong. Right? We all can listen to our conscience and we know usually the right thing to do. Our conscience tells us that. It's a feeling deep down where we know right from wrong. Right? Like no matter what time and no matter where you are in the world, there are certain things like hurting someone that you shouldn't do, especially like little brothers and sisters, young kids. Okay, so conscience. You could also think of this kind of like the little cartoons where you sometimes see like an angel on a shoulder and a little devil on a shoulder. Have any of you seen that? And the person should be listening to the little angel. That's their conscience telling them the right thing to do. But sometimes they might listen to the little devil on the other side. They should not do that. This word we think to spell conscience. The word science is just part of this word, okay? So I want you to think of this as conscience. Would you sound it out with me? Conscience. 3 syllables. Even though we're going to make it 2 syllables, conscience. When we write it, it's just 2 syllables. So con is basic code. Next, I, we're going to use 2 letters and I in an open syllable saying its name. Finally, s, 3 sounds. This is k, saying its second sound because it's followed by a silent finally. Please pick up your pencil and write conscience, which we think to spell conscience. But we write conscience. It's just the word science as the last 2 syllables. Yes, Arima?
I thought it would be there would be short letters.
There is, but there's also a silent s in front of it. Z.
So it's not with the like.
So we could mark it that way. That's a really good point. We could mark it that way. But I think that what's most helpful is to picture the science part of it. And so I'm going to mark it according to that. But it's not wrong at all to mark the short letter sh, and then the S is just silent. That's another way of doing it. Saisanov?
Miss Gardner, I have a question. On Rhapsody, you know the A is saying its sound, right? Its name, it's saying its name?
Well, if it was saying its name, it would be Rhapsody, but it's Rhapsody. The first sound of A-A.
I got it.
Yep. Good question. Okay, conscience. Who's done writing it? Okay. So conscience. Rihanna, I can't see you. I need you to be in front of the camera the whole class time, sweetie. Okay. Conscience. Conscience. See that the second syllable is just science. Spelled exactly like science. Our first syllable is basic code. And for the second syllable, there's a couple different ways to mark it. We could group together the short letter sh. And actually, let's go ahead and do that, even though I think that it's helpful to think of science. We'll mark it according to the way we say it. So conscience. The short letter sh is together and the S is silent. Over here, we have k saying its second sound because of a silent finally job 3. So conscience, that's the way we mark it, but really think of that as conscience. That is the most helpful way because the word science is part of it. Devansh?
Should there be 2 syllables or 3 syllables?
When we pronounce it conscience, it's just 2 syllables, but when we think to spell conscience, it's 3. So we're going to mark it just as 2. Great question. Conscience is a noun. It's another abstract one. Your conscience is just that feeling deep down. Yes, Adarsh?
Do we have to put the syllable break or do we have to?
You need 1 syllable break only between con and shints.
Okay.
Just 1. Okay, the next word is conscientious, which comes from this word. Conscientious sounds like a tough one, but it's not going to be tough once you know how to spell this one. It's an adjective that basically means being kind and respectful, having good manners, to be conscientious. So it's sort of like the way that you would describe the person who listens to that little angel on the shoulder. They listen to their conscience and do the right thing. They're conscientious. So for this word, we're going to keep con, she, n, but drop this part. And we're going to add a suffix, shus, with tall letter sh and l-o-u-a, conscientious. Do you hear that? So please pick up your pencil to write con, she, n, drop this, and write sh, s. This is kind of a tough one. Try your best. If you need to make changes afterwards, then you certainly can. Okay, thumbs up if you're done writing conscientious. Conscientious. Okay, here it is. Con-she-in. That's the part that stays the same. This is the new part. S. Check that your spelling matches mine. Excellent job. You deserve a pat on the back if you got that right. That's a tough one. And if you made any mistakes, don't worry about it whatsoever. Just take a moment to rewrite it. Conscientious. So for markings of this one, we'll go ahead and stick with the way we marked this. Underline, sh, short letter sh, conchi, but we're also going to put a 3 on top of the I-E. And the S is silent still. This is basic code. Conchi N. Over here, underline sh, tall letter sh. And what else, Rashi?
We put a 4 on the U.
4 on top of the ow, o, oo, ah.
Oh.
We'll group that all together. And what part of speech do you think this is? I could say something like, Rashi was being very conscientious by helping her mother take in the groceries. Conscientious. It describes or modifies Rashi. Krish?
In adjective is a part of speech.
And
Guys,
Miss
we're
Gunner,
done.
and also in conscious, I forgot to put the syllable break between the. I didn't put the syllable break between the I and the E. Could I just put it, or do you have to rewrite it?
I'm fine with you just adding it. That's a tough one to remember because with this, it was 1 syllable, but we break it up into 2 syllables here. Yeah, maybe in 2nd grade, they had you rewrite the whole thing if you had the syllable breaks wrong, but I'm fine with you just adding 1. It's okay. Last word we're going to do, it also uses the 2-letter phonogram, like in science. The word is discern. Would you say discern? Discern is an action, it's a verb, meaning that you can kind of tell the difference between things. It's usually used to say that you are making like good decisions. Like, oh, I can discern that it would be best for me to walk away from my little sister and not let her get us into a fight. Discern. Like making a good, right decision. So your conscience helps you to discern what's the best decision. Sai?
It's kind of like he discerns it.
Oh, okay, it does kind of sound like that. Yeah. You could also make this Black Beauty connection saying that like animal or horses specifically can discern where there might be danger. Remember when Black Beauty saved someone, being able to sense that the bridge was underwater? Horses have that feeling deep down, and he was able to discern when there was danger. So please put your fingers under your chin to say discern with me. Discern, 2 syllables. First syllable, d, basic code. Next syllable, s, n, 3 sounds. The s is 2 letters. The is earlier of her. Please pick up your pencil and write discern. Thumbs up if you're finished writing. Okay, it should look like this. Discern. Oops. Another way of writing it would be to have the syllable break after the S. And the first S is just here to keep the vowel short. But I think it's best to think of this as that 2-letter phonogram, discern. So for the markings, we're just going to mark the 2 letters phonogram. And do we have another 2-letter phonogram? Shatish, what is it?
Earlier of her.
Perfect. Now it's an action part of speech. Verb. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for our new spelling words.
We did not write them in cursive.
I want you to write them in cursive at the bottom, but I won't be doing that as I lead you in doing it. You'll just do that on your own at some point, whether it is right now or after class is over. Okay? How many of you already wrote it in cursive? Excellent job. Now, before we write our words in orthography notebook, I want to do a little bit of grammar review and poetry review. You won't have any roots this week. We're just going to start fresh next week for roots. Okay, so for our grammar review, let's go through the preposition songs. We've got a preposition list song, the song that tells us what a preposition is, then object of the preposition and phrase. Who can say all of the prepositions for us? Okay, let's have Ahana try this time. She was going to do it yesterday, but there were some audio problems. And then I told Sai he would get a chance to.
Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, at, by, down, during, except, for, from, inside, in, into, near, off, on, out, outside, over, past, since, true, throughout, to, toward, under, up, until, upon, with, within, without, underneath.
Excellent. Let's give Ahana a hand. She got them in the perfect order, every single one. Great job, Ahana. Now let's give Sai a turn. He was also going to do it yesterday, but we weren't able to.
Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, by, down, during, except, for, from, inside,
In,
into, near, of, off, on, out, outside, over, past, since, through, throughout, to, toward, under, underneath,
under, up until.
under, up until, upon, with, within, without, underneath.
Way to go, Sai. That was wonderful. By the way, for the quiz or test today, you do need it in the exact order. And Sai, you correctly put at with the A's. However, strangely enough, that's not the way it is in the song. So just a little heads up that for that one, it's aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around, preposition words. Those are all the A's. Before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, at, by. So that at gets mixed with the B's, the B preposition words. So just keep that in mind, that that's the only one that's not in alphabetical order, even though I think it would make a lot more sense if they did do that. Okay, who can lead the class in the preposition song that tells us a preposition is a part of speech? Sai Sanaf, could you do that for us?
Oh, also, can I tell the prepositions?
You know, I want to make sure we cover all of the songs. So I think 2 is enough for the preposition list, but we're going to keep reviewing it next week too. So I'll have other people have a chance then.
Okay. A preposition is a part of speech, Used to show the relationship between certain words in a sentence.
Good job. Okay, who can do the object of the preposition song for us now. It goes a little like this. The object of the preposition. Do you remember that? Dricia, how about you try it for us? Do you want background music for it? The object of the preposition. Can you
I
unmute
don't
yourself?
really know the tune.
Okay, everybody just sing along with the tune. After the preposition.
Object of the
Object of the
of the
preposition. The object of the preposition is a noun or pronoun. After the preposition.
The object of the preposition. The object of the preposition is a noun or pronoun. Oh my gosh, I really don't know the tune.
Okay, Tricia, thank you so much for doing that. Finally, the phrase jingle. Who can do the phrase jingle? This is the jazzy piano tune. Actually, Saisanab, would you like to try this? Oh, wait, you just did the preposition song, didn't you? I was thinking you were talking about playing piano earlier. So let's have Chris try this out.
Okay. A phrase is one part of speech,
The tune?
not
Dun, 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 dun.
a phrase is
a
one
group of words
words not containing
anything like one
like
part
one
of speech,
part of speech,
not containing
not containing a subject or a predicate. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. A phrase.
Thank you, Krish. That was good. I think there's a little delay between the song and then when you do it, but so it's a little hard to have it with the background music. Great job. Now let's take out our orthography notebooks and write down the words from today's lesson, and then we'll do our poem just one time together. We have had a shorter lesson or shorter class week, so you're supposed to do your recitations by today of Father William, but if you don't feel ready for that, it's okay. You can do it sometime next week if you need a little extra time. So please take out your orthography notebooks. We're going to write our words in there, and then we'll do the poem before we start on math. For math today, you do need your notebook and workbook. In your notebook, open up to, I think it should be page 56 for you. Is that right? Okay, so to page 56. Yes, Adarsh?
What was the lesson number?
56.
Lesson number should be 70.
3.
Sorry about that. 3? Yeah, 73. Okay, first word from today was rhapsody. Rhapsody. Remember that Greek . Next, number 2 was conscience. We think to spell conscience, but it's conscience. Word 3, conscientious. Tricia, you're looking at the screen, not your paper. Please make sure you're following along. Sweetie, please keep your eyes off the computer. You should be writing your words in your notebook, okay? Last word was discern. Please write discern. Tricia, it still doesn't look like you're writing anything. What's going on over there? Tricia, please hold up your notebook. Tricia, it seems like you are focused on something else, not class time. Where's your notebook, sweetie?
Miss Gardner, I'm still writing it.
Show me your notebook, please. I need to make sure that you're following along with where we are at. It looked like you were just doing something on the computer instead. Okay. Please stay focused. We've got Rhapsody, conscientious, and discern. Excellent job, Krish. For those of you who finished already, you can take out your math things and a little stretch break. Good job, Arima. Nice little stretch break. We are going to have a full math lesson as well today, where we're going to talk about some money. Before we get to that, though, let's do our poem, Father William, as you're getting your supplies out. Who would like to try out Father William? Let's have maybe Arjun and Rihanna. I don't know if we've heard from the two of you doing the poem.
Okay.
Arjun, how about you start? So you'll be
I've
the
done
son.
it before. I've done it before.
Okay, Rihanna, I'd love for you to do it again then.
Should I do it? Can I start?
Yes, you may start. So you're going to be the son.
Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you insistently stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
Try your best to do it from memory, Rihanna. I'll help you out if you get stuck.
1 minute.
In my youth,
Said the sage.
sweetheart, don't pull it up on the computer. I want you to try your best to do it from memory.
Okay. In my youth, Father
Camera?
William replied to his son, I feared in my. What?
I want you to look at the camera. That's the only part of your computer you should be looking at. Very good.
Okay. In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I am perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again.
You're old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned the back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that?
I love how you are acting it out along with them. Great job.
In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment 1 shilling a box, allow me to sell you a couple.
You're old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you fished the goose with the bones in the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And the muscular strength,
argued each case with my wife.
And the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life.
You're old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you got a nail on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever?
I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen to such all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs.
And
By Lewis Carroll.
build that expression, having more and more by the end of it. Love that. So give me your best expression as you record yourself either today, or if you need a little extra time, you can turn it in late, maybe Monday or Tuesday next week. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's recitations. You have a question, Krish?
I needed to tell you something that in Texas, some people died because of the coldness.
I know, it's so sad because they are not used to it, and so a
Yes.
lot of them lost power and heat.
Then some people house there's heavy snow that fell and break their house and came inside.
Yeah, we should be so grateful that we didn't have weather quite as bad as that. And I hope that everybody who might have friends and family in Texas, that they're all fine.
My
And
uncle
could I
in
tell
Texas.
the poem?
Maybe after class, okay, Krish? I mean, after math lesson.
Okay.
Okay, boys and girls, let's have our math lesson now. So for our math lesson today, you need your notebook and workbook. We're going to be talking about some money. Now, do any of you, in Arjun, this isn't the time for it, let's just hold off, okay? Do any of you like to count up some money that you might have in your room, or if you've got a wallet? Do any of you ever like to do that? Maybe you like to count it up and think, what would I like to get with this birthday money? Or maybe you get something from doing a little chores around the house, whatever it might be. It can be fun to do. So we are going to talk today about adding money, and we're going to talk through some mental strategies for doing this. Mainly, this is going to involve number bonds. Do you all remember number bonds? We can use number bonds for multiplication and division by writing factors like 3 and 6 to equal 18. That shows a little fact family, so we also know 18 divided by 3 is 6, and so on. We also can use this for addition, and we're going to be focusing on that today because it is a good way to mentally add things together so that we don't have to actually write everything out, do some regrouping, all of that. Because sometimes if you're like at a store and you're trying to figure out how much money several items are going to cost, you don't have a piece of paper to write everything out with, or you don't want to whip out your phone and use the calculator because even that could take longer. So instead, it's good to be able to use mental strategies to solve this. Okay. I have the textbook that we're going to be working from on my screen just like yesterday. Sai, is that a real $100 bill or is that?
It's fake. It's fake, and I got it from school.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have some kind of like that in the classroom
There
that
was
I'll
a-
use next week.
It wasn't a
This
different
is
school.
real.
1001.
Oh my goodness.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Okay, boys and girls, please take out your math notebook and hands down for right now. I see lots of excitement, but hands down for now and just take out your math notebook.
It's
Okay.
about math.
If you, sweetheart, no unmuting without permission. I'm sure you've got lots of great questions and comments, but we have to keep moving forward, okay? Can you all see the screen? Okay, if you can't, please pin it now so that you can see it clearly. Okay, I'll tell you when to start writing. We're not going to be writing this first part. Now, add money with several different strategies according to what amounts we're adding. In this case, it says that Dad buys a pack of cheese for $5.35 and a jar of peanut butter for $2. Oh, that's why Drisha was saying peanut butter. So in this case, the peanut butter is just an even $2. Oh, that's easy to add with, right? When there's not extra cents, $2 is super easy to add because all we do is add the $2 to the $5 to equal how many dollars? $7. That's right. And then we're left with still the same amount of cents as before. 25 and 10 equals 35 cents. Who can do this one for me? Just number one. We're going to say the answer, not write it out. $2.15 plus $7. Add the dollars and then add on the cents. Shatish?
It should be $9.15.
Good job, $9.15. Okay. Let's do actually one more. Rashi, can you tell us $5 plus $3.75?
What?
Can you do number two for us? $5 plus $3.75.
Oh, okay. So we do 0 plus 5 equals.
Well, sweetie, all we're going to have to do is focus on the dollar amount. So we've got $5 plus how many dollars here?
Oh, okay, that equals $8.
Good. 5 plus $3 is $8. And then how many cents?
How many cents? 75 cents.
Good. So $8.75. Let's move on to the next one. Now, what if it's the opposite? We've got dollars and cents here and just cents here. Well, we know that there's $3. Then we can just add the coins together. 20 cents plus 55 cents. What is our answer altogether with this one? Tricia?
$3.75.
Perfect. $3 is what we have. So $3.75. I think you're focused on the one from the last question. So $3.75, we can solve 20 cents plus 55 cents mentally just by adding 2 to the tens place. Thumbs up if you're able to do that pretty well, boys and girls. You feel like you can do 20 plus 55 just in your head. I think for most of you, you can do that. But if any of you need to be writing out these addition problems, you can. We're just going to try to avoid it if possible. Try to do it mentally if you can. Let's do one of these problems. Could somebody solve 40 cents plus $4.25? Now for this 40 cents, are there any dollars? No, $0. So all we do is add the coins together. What are the cents? And then add the dollars. Arima, could you solve this one for us? Number 5.
Yeah. So since it's $0, you have to just add 40 to 25, which is 65. So it's and since there's $0 to add to 4, you just do $4.65.
Perfect. Well done. And yes, Darshika, I love that you're working these out on your whiteboards as well. You are welcome to do that until we get to the notebook where we're going to write out some problems. Thank you so much for that, Arima. Great job. Now, here is an example of 2 items that both have a value of dollars and cents. Okay, so we've got $5 and $2, and then 35 cents and 40 cents. Step 1 is to add the dollars, And then step 2 is to add the cents. We can still do this mentally. We don't have to write it out. Just think of 5 plus $2 and 35 plus 40 cents. Who knows the answer? Darshika?
So I added the dollars first, so which I got 7, and I added the cents next, then I got 75, which is 7.75.
Great job. You did it mentally. Excellent job. If any of you need to write that out, like maybe the 35 plus 40 you need to write out, you can certainly do that. But if you need a trick for doing that mentally, just think of adding 4 tens to the 3 tens. So that's going to be 7 in the tens place, 75 altogether. Okay, let me have Krish try that with number 9. We've got some dollars, we've got some cents. Maybe any regrouping.
Number 9.
Could you solve that?
Number 9, the answer would be $9. Yeah, and also I need to tell you something. Sometimes in the store, my dad, like when they write 9.99, a lot of people like just count it like $10.
Exactly. Whenever we're close to the just plain dollar amount, we round up, and we're going to talk about strategies for doing that actually pretty soon. And I do the same thing. I just kind of think of it as, oh, that's basically $10.
The answer is $9.60.
Good. You added 8 plus 1 to be 9. 15 plus 45 is 60. Did you say that 60 cents?
Yeah, I told $9.60.
Perfect. Okay. Now, those are ones where there's not going to be any regrouping. Here is an example of one where there will be regrouping. This is some detergent for $9.15 and fabric softener for $3.85. Now, maybe some of you can do this in your head pretty quickly, but if not, it's okay. The book's going to walk you through it when this happens. But the cents are actually going to add up to $1 altogether. Did any of you spot that? Devansh? Can you tell us what you did mentally?
So what I did was that I took 5 plus 5 from the cents, which equaled 10, and then I added it to the 8, which equaled 9, and then plus the 1, which equaled 10, and then it was basically 100. When you add that all up, then I did 9 plus 4, which equaled 13.
Excellent job. I love that you talk through that. Yeah, add that 5 to here and it's 90, and then 10 more to be 100. And 100 is just 100 cents is $1. So we've got the $9 plus $3 plus the extra $1 here to be $13 flat, no cents. You guys want to try one of these out? Okay, let's do number 13. And at this time, it would be good for you to take out your notebook. We're going to write this out as one of the examples when we have cents that add up to be $1. Okay, so write a heading at the top of your notebook page. This is math lesson 10.1. And today's date is 2/19/21. So we'll do one example of this type of problem. And I would love for Ahana to unmute herself to walk through this problem. Number 13, we've got $6.45 and $3.55. We're going to make number bonds of these two with the dollars and cents.
So should we bond or should we be adding right now?
At this point, I am just making the bonds. And I want you to do the same on your notebook. And then we'll add up all of the dollars.
Okay. So for $6, certain so can I write my number down right now? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So $6 and $6 will go on the top, and so then you have to write the dollar sign, and then you have 45 cents. So you will write this. So you will write 45, and you will keep the cent sign.
Good. Well, let's first, as the first step, add 45 cents plus 55 cents. And what do we get all together? What does 45 plus 55 equal? Arima?
100.
Perfect. So that 100 is 100 cents. And what is that the same as?
$1.
$1. That's right. So that's the first step. We've got the 45 cents plus 55 cents to equal 100 cents or $1. Now we don't have any cents left. All we do is add $6 plus 3 plus 1. What does that equal in total? Who can tell me? Devansh?
So how much money there is in total?
Yes.
10.00.
Good. You can write $10 or 0.00, meaning in 0 cents. Excellent. That's a great strategy when you've got ones that add up to $1. Okay, moving on to a new strategy. Now, what if it doesn't perfectly add up to $1? Because that doesn't happen very often. Now, just like who was the one saying at the grocery store, thinking of like $9.99, rounding it up to 10, it's basically $10. So when you have a number that with cents is really close to $1, like 95 cents, that's so close to $1. The easiest thing to do is to round those up to the closest dollar and then add that mentally. This is another one we're going to write an example in our book of, our notebook. So if we have this DVD for $12.35 and a book for $4.95, let's round up that book. It's really close to being just $5. How many cents away from $5 is it? Just 5 cents. So this is what we can do. With the number here, $12.35, we're going to take 5 cents away. We're just moving it over to this one. Okay, so we're taking away that 5 cents to move to the other number. And then we're still left with $12.30. Now we can solve this mentally. $4.95 plus the 5 cents is $5. Add that $5 to what's left, $12.30, and you get $17.30. Okay, so you're just moving some of it from one to the other so that it's rounded up and it's easy to solve mentally. The whole point of that is not writing it out and having to regroup it. We get to solve it mentally when we do it this way. Okay, boys and girls, number 17, we're going to write in our notebooks. If you already wrote the other one in your notebooks, then you just have an extra example. But I want you to do number 17 in your notebooks. Now, Sai, which of these is really close to a dollar that we can round up to?
For the second one, which is $4.95.
Great. Now, how many more cents does it need until it's $5?
5. The
Good,
way
5
I
cents.
do
So what are we going to do?
it, you add 5 to the 95, which makes it 100. And then
You've got it, Sai. So yes, we'll add 5 cents to the 95. So this is going to be how much altogether now? Sai, how much is this altogether once we move that 5 cents over?
He left by accident.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. Okay. I can't see everybody's screens. I can see almost everybody. Oh, there he is. Okay, Sai, how much is left over here when we move the 5 cents?
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. What did you ask?
We're going to move 5 cents, 1 nickel, over to $4.95.
And then we'll have $3.50 and $5.
Perfect. We have now $5 over here. And so we're going to add that to $3.50. What's the total now, Sai?
The total now is $8.
Add just the dollars.
$8.50.
Perfect. And that one, we have $3 plus $5 to add, and then just add those cents at the end. Great job, Sai. Okay, moving on to something pretty similar now. In this example, we've got 80 cents, $6.70 plus 80 cents. Now that's close to just $1. How about we round it up to $1? How many more cents do we need to round it up to $1? Krish, how many more cents do we need to round it up to $1?
20.
20 cents. Good. Now, Krish, what happens when we take that 20 cents away from the $6.70? What are we left with?
We are left with $6.50.
Perfect. So you can just add $6.50 plus $1. Or another way of doing it. Good. Or they have you subtracting it at the very end, $6.70 plus $1, and then subtract 20 cents. So either way, basically you're just moving the money from one to the other. Just like with regrouping, we're just regrouping hundreds to tens, for example. It's not taking it away altogether, it's just moving it from one place to the other. Let's do one example of this, and I think that'll be the last problem for today. Oh, actually one more after this too. So we have $4.80 plus 90 cents. That 90 cents is really close to $1. So let's just add $4.80 plus $1. That's easy to solve mentally now. What's $4.80 plus $1? Shatish?
$4.80 plus $1 is $5.80.
Perfect. Now, how much did we move over to that dollar?
I think about 10 cents. I think, yeah.
That's exactly right. We rounded up that 90 cents to $1. The difference is 10 cents. So now we're going to take that $5.80 and subtract how much?
10 cents.
10 cents.
And that will be $5.70. So that should be our answer.
Excellent. $5.70. Once again, I think it can be a little easier to do that step before you get to the final step. So you could say, instead of $4.80, $4.70 plus $1. So you can subtract it from the other item instead. So either way, you'll get the same answer. Just remember to move over this amount. If you're rounding up to $1, that 10 cents has to go somewhere. So move that over to the other number or take it away at the end. Okay, finally, add using the adding whole dollars and subtracting the extra cents strategy. Really similar to what we just did. You've got in this example $15.80 plus $7.95. Now, which of these do you think we should just round up to the next whole dollar? Which one is really close to being just a whole dollar amount? Arjun?
Which one?
Yeah, $15.80 or $7.95.
$7.95.
Round up. Perfect. So there's a number bond already given to you here. And as you can see, we had to add 5 cents to get it up to $8, right?
Yeah.
So in step 1, you add $15.80 plus $8. You rounded it up to 8 to be $23.80. And then you just subtract 5 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very similar to the last one. For our very last part of class, let's do just one more problem here. $16.70 plus $5.85. The number bond's already given to you. That 15 cents is what it took to round up. So we're going to have to subtract that at the end. Let's see who can be the first one to solve this correctly. We're going to add $6 to this amount and then subtract those extra cents. Brianna, did you get it?
Yeah.
What is it?
$22.55.
$22.55. You got it. Add those dollars and then just subtract the extra cents. So it's 16 plus 6, which is 22, plus the 70 cents from before. And then you subtract 15 cents from that. Okay, so let's take a look at your workbook pages for today now. Most of these are going to have number bonds given to you already. So it's only some of the steps that you'll still need to complete. And if you would like to, and it may help you, take out some actual money, or if you've got fake money to work with, you can do that along with your workbook pages for today so that you can actually see the process of moving it from one number to the other.
Sorry.
So page 1 here has a bunch of mental addition problems with money. And some of them have number bonds where it's already showing you add the dollars, add the cents, then add the dollars and cents. These ones you should be able to just do mentally. This is, again, adding the dollars, then adding the cents. Next, we've got some real world problems where you have amounts of different items you would find in the grocery store. So find the amount for those items and add them up. If you'd like to add it on the side of your page, you can, or on a whiteboard, but try to do it mentally if you can. Finally, number bonds where we are going to use rounding. So in this example, $6.95 plus $9.05. Well, let's just round that up to $7. And then take away those 5 cents, and that's $9, and it adds pretty easily. Okay, so it already has part of the number bond given to you. Those are problems from pages 1 through 3 that you'll do today. Okay, the rest of your assignments I think are pretty straightforward on Bright Thinker. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We're going to end class now, and we'll begin next week on Monday, normal routine of reading groups, and we'll be probably back to normal by then, okay? Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy your last couple days of some snow on the ground. Maybe get outside and do some sledding. Arjun?
In North Carolina, there's really just nothing. It's very good weather.
Nice. You escaped the snow.
Yeah, and then, so back then, so I'll just tell this. So when we were going to the airport to come